1. Computer case/chassis, the physical box that holds all computer components. 2. Keyboard, input device for typing. 3. Mouse, input device for pointing and clicking. 4. Monitor, screen used to display output. 5. CPU, central processing unit, the brain that executes instructions. 6. RAM, random access memory, short-term memory used while programs run. 7. Storage drive, HDD/SSD/NVMe, long-term data storage. 8. Power supply, PSU, provides electricity to components. 9. Operating system, OS, software that manages hardware and applications. 10. Application, app, software that performs a specific task. 11. Process, a running instance of a program. 12. Thread, a smaller execution unit within a process. 13. Driver, device driver, software that allows the OS to communicate with hardware. 14. Firmware, low-level software embedded in hardware. 15. BIOS/UEFI, firmware that initializes hardware during startup. 16. Boot sequence, the steps a computer follows when powering on. 17. File system, method used to store and organize data on a disk. 18. Partition, a logically divided section of a storage drive. 19. Port, USB, HDMI, Ethernet, physical interface for connecting devices. 20. NIC, network interface card, hardware component that enables network connectivity. 21. Front-end, the user-facing part of an application. 22. Backend, the server-side logic, APIs, and databases of an application. 23. Database, a structured system for storing and retrieving data. 24. A PI, application programming interface, a defined way for software systems to communicate. 25. A PI endpoint, a specific URL or address where an API can be accessed. 26. Library, a collection of reusable code functions. 27. Framework, a structured platform for building applications. 28. Dependency, external software required by an application to function. 29. Semantic versioning, versioning format using major, minor, and patch numbers. 30. Version control, system that tracks changes to code over time. 31. Git, a distributed version control system. 32. Repository, repo, a storage location for code and its history. 33. Build, the process of converting source code into executable output. 34. Artifact, the output generated from a build process. 35. Artifact repository, storage system for build outputs. 36. Release, a version of software prepared for deployment. 37. Kernel, the core component of an operating system. 38. Kernel space/user space, separation between OS core and application execution. 39. System, call, a request from an application to the kernel. 40. Daemon, a background service running without user interaction. 41. Shell, a command line interface for interacting with the OS. 42. Permissions, rules that define access to files and resources. 43. Environment variable, configuration value available to running programs. 44. PID, process ID, unique identifier assigned to a running process. 45. Mount, attaching a storage device to the file system. 46. Swap space, disk space used when RAM is exhausted. 47. LAN/WAN, local and wide area networks. 48. MAC address, unique hardware identifier for a network device. 49. IP address, logical address used to identify a device on a network. 50. Subnet, a segmented portion of a network. 51. Gateway, device that routes traffic between networks. 52. DNS, domain name system, translates domain names into IP addresses. 53. Latency, time delay in data transmission. 54. Bandwidth, maximum capacity of data transfer. 55. Throughput, actual amount of data transferred over time. 56. Virtual machine, VM, a virtualized computer running on shared hardware. 57. Hypervisor, software that creates and manages virtual machines. 58. Provisioning, the process of setting up infrastructure resources. 59. Cloud computing, on-demand delivery of computing resources over the internet. 60. Data center, physical facility that houses servers and networking equipment. 61. IaaS, infrastructure as a service, cloud-based infrastructure resources. 62. PaaS, platform as a service, managed platform for deploying applications. 63. SaaS, software as a service, software delivered over the internet. 64. Region, geographic area containing cloud resources. 65. Availability zone, isolated data center within a region. 66. VPC, virtual private cloud, private network within a cloud provider. 67. Load balancer, distributes traffic across multiple servers. 68. Scaling, adjusting resources based on demand. 69. Serverless, running code without managing servers directly. 70. Shared responsibility model, division of security responsibilities between cloud provider and customer. 71. DevOps, a culture combining software development and operations. 72. Automation, performing tasks without human intervention. 73. CI/CD, automated process for building, testing, and deploying software. 74. Pipeline, ordered sequence of automated CI/CD steps. 75. Deployment, releasing software into an environment. 76. Rollback, reverting to a previous stable version. 77. Configuration management, maintaining consistent system settings. 78. Infrastructure as code, IAC, managing infrastructure through code. 79. Idempotency, repeating an action produces the same result. 80. Immutable infrastructure, infrastructure replaced instead of modified. 81. Blue-green deployment, switching traffic between two environments. 82. Canary deployment, gradual rollout to a subset of users. 83. Zero downtime deployment, deploying without interrupting service. 84. Container, lightweight package containing an application and dependencies. 85. Image, read-only template used to create containers. 86. Container runtime, software that runs containers. 87. Registry, storage location for container images. 88. Docker, popular containerization platform. 89. Kubernetes, container orchestration system. 90. Cluster, group of machines working together. 91. Node, a single machine in a cluster. 92. Pod, smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes. 93. Service, stable access point to a set of pods. 94. Ingress, manages external access to services. 95. Helm, package manager for Kubernetes. 96. Config map, stores non-sensitive configuration data. 97. Secret, secure storage for sensitive data. 98. Stateful set, Kubernetes controller for stateful applications. 99. Reconciliation loop, continuous alignment of desired and actual state. 100. Sidecar pattern, helper container running alongside a main container. 101. Monitoring, Tracking system health and performance. 102. Logging. Recording events for troubleshooting. 103. Alerting. Notifying teams when issues occur. 104. Observability. Ability to understand system behavior. 105. Tracing. Tracking requests across services. 106. APM. Application Performance Monitoring. Monitoring application performance and latency. 107. SLA/SLO/SLI. Reliability agreements, targets, and metrics. 108. High Availability HA. System design for minimal downtime. 109. Disaster Recovery DR. Restoring systems after failures. 110. Authentication, verifying identity. 111. Authorization, verifying access permissions. 112. RBAC, role-based access control. Access control based on roles. 113. Encryption, protecting data using cryptography. 114. TLS/SSL, protocols for secure communication. 115. Secrets, management, secure handling of credentials. 116. Least privilege, granting only necessary access. 117. Zero trust, security model that trusts nothing by default. 118. GitOps, using Git as the source of truth for deployments. 119. Infrastructure drift, mismatch between infrastructure code and reality. 120. Declarative versus imperative, defining desired state versus step-by-step actions. 121. Control plane/data plane, management layer versus execution layer. 122. Service discovery, how services locate each other automatically. 123. Service mesh, infrastructure layer for service-to-service communication. 124. Policy as code, enforcing rules through code. 125. Chaos engineering, intentionally injecting failures to improve resilience. 126. Feature flags, enabling or disabling features without redeploying. 127. Rate limiting, restricting request rates to protect systems. 128. Secret rotation, automatically updating credentials. 129. Multi-cloud, using multiple cloud providers. 130. Hybrid cloud, combining on-premises and cloud environments. 131. eBPF, Linux kernel technology for high-performance observability and security. 132. Post-mortem, structured analysis conducted after an incident.